and welcome to KSP Reddit Reactions. This is our 5th episode now.
Yeah.
And we're ready to start.
You still can never get it right.
I can still never get it right. So today I'm here with Dece.
What's up, everybody?
Joaquin.
What's up?
And Chipper.
How's it going?
Today we're going to be reading some crazy Reddit stories, and let's get this started. So the theme, you guys are only going to hear one story today, but the theme of this is breakup. So we're going to get this started. AITA for an abrupt breakup with my fiance. So, here's the backstory. I am a 26-year-old and work in corporate law. I am pretty successful and I make a low 6-figure salary. I am engaged to my former, I guess, fiance. We can call her Mary. We have been engaged for about 4 months. I am the one who proposed. She had been with me since I was 19 in college and helped me through a really rough patch of depression and a downward spiral. I love my job. I get to meet new people and have interesting experiences. It's a very nice office, and drinking in the office is quite commonplace.
Alcohol?
I guess. It doesn't specify, but
right.
I need that LinkedIn post.
About 2 weeks ago, I was planning on going to a party with my fiance. She agreed to go. She eventually had to back out due to family obligations, so I went alone. I got extremely drunk and was encouraged by my friend, let's call him Richard, into talking to this single girl. Let's call her Rachel. We really hit it off and had shots and started talking. Everyone was getting hammered really fast. Long story short, I got from Rachel in the toilet and woke up in her bedroom in the hotel by morning. I can't remember anything except for the and going to bed with my hands around her. As far as I remember, we did not have sex. I don't think I really blacked out or anything.
Oh my gosh.
I felt really awkward waking up. She started asking me about my career and what have you. I really felt a deep chemistry with this girl, and we went to get breakfast. Turns out she's a successful copywriter and very intelligent girl. We spent time discussing European countries such as Germany and Italy. We both love to travel. And despite myself, we began talking about future plans. We came to the conclusion that she would move to New York. I made up some excuse for traveling home and met my fiance. I need to break up with her because I don't feel the same level of sexual or mental attraction to her that I feel for this girl. And I feel like it would be unfair to everybody if I set up our marriage for failure, not being 100% into it. I tell her flat out it's not working. I have changed. I feel trapped. I feel scared, and I'm a completely different person. She starts crying and throws a huge tantrum and runs to her room crying. At this point, I am super tempted to somehow backpedal, but I can't. I leave the next morning to a hotel, and eventually the next day I come back. She is extremely upset and reluctantly opens the door and is crying, asking what happened. I get my stuff and tell her I have changed. It's not her fault and that I admire her greatly, which is true. I feel super terrible about this because she's helped me through a rough patch, and through my actions, I might have led her into one. I feel like she is super resilient, and I genuinely wish her well, and I feel terrible for what I have done. On the other hand, I know that it would not have been fair if I had disingenuously married her on false pretenses of absolute love, when in reality I have a much greater love for this other woman.
I want to say something real quick. You can edit this part out.
I'm editing, so I'll bleep it.
Okay. How good was this?
one his entire life has changed.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
It's like
this sounds something out of like a movie. Like, we fell in love at
this
first
almost sounds
sight.
like something like Family Guy.
Right?
Sounds like a Family Guy
This is just a
episode.
cutaway gag.
Yeah.
No, for
Oh my
real.
gosh.
When are we switching back to
No
Peter?
pun intended.
When are we switching back?
Sorry, you're gonna have to
That
cut
was
me
good.
out.
No, that was good. That was
It's
good.
funny joke. Randy, we're sorry for the jokes, but it's fine.
This is our podcast.
But yeah. So you talk to a woman for one night, get the goods, and then talk to her the next morning. I don't think they really talk the first night anyway.
Yeah,
They
it
talk
sounds
the
like,
next
that's like she didn't do a lot of talking at all, personally.
Oh.
He's getting a lot of
Okay.
details anyway. It's as if he just woke up and he was just getting the goods.
Yeah.
Like that.
Some
There's no
goods.
talking whatsoever.
Yeah.
She's
It's like
taking care of his.
This is not getting
Okay.
uploaded.
No, this is good. Some of this has to be cut out, but it's fine.
So-
But like, you talk to this woman for one morning, and then you're like, oh yeah, she's my next fiance.
Mhm.
Excuse, like,
so quickly.
Yeah,
He
it's like
he had so many chances to back out too. Like
This-
no, he just
Yeah.
happened to be talking about future plans.
Yeah.
I feel like this person is like the type of person who'll go talk to one person, get super attached, talk to someone else, and that person just has a little bit more interest than the first one, gets super attached.
So or like
I feel like that is.
or I
exactly.
feel like you want like you keep bouncing because you need like that shiny new toy to play with.
Yeah.
I guess like
Yeah.
you can't
Oh,
like
yeah.
you can't stick with the same thing. So like when something like like you said slightly better comes
Mhm.
along, it's like, oh, this is
Yeah.
fresh, this is new, this is different.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna do this instead. I think
Makes
that's
sense.
kind of what I mean.
Yeah.
Good to him for like having some remorse, I guess. But like at the same time, I would-
some remorse.
yeah, I was
Still
gonna.
very
At least he feels
self-centered.
bad.
Yeah, at least-
you know,
yeah.
at least he's human. you
yeah,
know?
at least he's a lot better than the other like men that we've.
There's
had.
been a few, yeah,
Mm.
but like
I would say more than
still like okay. The verdict on that was a-hole,
a few. Yeah.
He's
What
an
do you-
asshole.
which makes sense. Yeah,
Yeah. What do you think, Joaquin?
you guys agree with that?
Yeah,
Definitely.
Yeah.
probably.
He found his Buzz Lightyear. And dropped his Woody.
Oh yeah, drop Woody. I don't
Yeah.
want
I
to
don't
play with you anymore.
He did have.
Yeah, he. I guess our part of this podcast is getting cut out just because
Okay.
all the
it's
out of pocket
staying-
jokes.
It's
It's
staying
fine.
in, but see, this is
It's
why I
fine.
wanted them. I knew this would be good.
Okay.
Thank you for
Um,
believing in me and letting this happen.
Oh yeah, totally.
And thank you guys for being on here.
Yeah. But like, I just don't understand how like you talk for one morning, and then new person.
Yeah, can we
Like-
talk about this? They talk for like maybe like a good 4 hours grand total.
Maybe he's not
max.
getting any attention from his. Was it his fiance, his
Fiancé.
girlfriend?
Well,
Maybe
I mean,
he's
that's
just not
kind of
getting
how
that.
That's what-
relationships are, though. You do go through like cold fronts where like you guys aren't as touchy, you guys aren't as
And
lovey. Like
He
that's
didn't
just
even bother explaining to her either. Like he just like
Oh, it's
packed his
not
bag
you,
left
I
and said, yeah.
changed.
I changed. Sorry.
Yeah, can we
bye.
talk
You,
about?
you don't do that.
I know you
like,
helped me out
you
during a
can-
rough spot, but I'm just gonna leave you anyway.
Also,
I'm gonna send you into the depression now. Goodbye.
Are we also not gonna talk about how they just like casually just drink at work?
Yeah,
and they
that-
just they let this
So
happen.
wait, can I like find?
They
this-
like let this happen at work.
Yeah.
Like
guess.
what?
I'm guessing what they mean by drink is alcohol.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yep,
I
yep.
would
I-
say-
like, oh yeah, they let me drink water. Like,
was gonna say-
if you were at your last job and you couldn't drink water,
Right.
first of all, that's a violation
Yeah.
of your human rights.
for real.
But yeah,
Yeah. So
It's crazy.
No,
Yeah.
no drinking in the workplace. This is
no drinking.
no,
at
no
this
agua.
place.
No agua.
No,
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 no. Oh, no. Okay.
And
No
doesn't
water
this
at
doesn't
all.
this girl know that he's married?
No,
That's
Or-
another
technically,
good
Like,
question.
like
Would she not have
like,
gone with
if
it?
he-
Wait,
if-
she knew.
I don't care how much you don't mention that at all. Like
Yeah.
that's a red
technically,
flag.
technically, he's not married, but pretty much.
But
and
still.
also,
You're practically married
Also-
at that point.
bad on the friend.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Yes, I
Richard.
completely forgot about the.
Oh my
Richard
God.
was like,
You
he
just let
talked
that
to this
happen.
single girl.
Yeah,
like
that-
Richard like was pushing him towards Rachel.
Yeah, that's garbage.
These are probably fake names. yeah.
He said they're fake names.
Okay, good. But like, Richard is just pushing him towards another girl. Richard most likely knows that he at least has a fiance. And if he
Yeah.
doesn't, then he's not really your friend.
Yeah, he's not really that close to my friend if he doesn't at least know that maybe not fiance because they could have kept that a secret, but
They
like
could've, yeah.
but like at least like he knows that
Dedicated
they're in a
girlfriend?
relation,
Yeah,
a relationship regardless. So like trash friend.
Well,
bad
all
friend.
men cheat. No, they don't. But
Um,
a lot of people think that, which, yeah, I don't like that. But
Oh, hot
Bad
topic.
Yeah, that's a
Hot
bit.
topic.
We're all men
I
in
think
here.
that's for the next
in-
I don't think-
podcast.
I don't think we're qualified to.
That,
Yeah.
that happened on a podcast already. It's fine.
yeah, don't worry. Yeah.
Well, thank you guys
Thank you.
for
Thank you.
listening to this episode, and on to the next story.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
Nice.
Thank you guys for being here. All right.
No,
Is he that loud?
24/7, 365, and 1,000,000%. If you think there's something wrong with that, then you're crazy. Good night, Alfred.
Lego Batman.
You need
I
to-
know. I know.
as soon as
I've
she did
seen the
this.
movie.
I just recognize it.
Is this
It's a
still
good
the,
movie.
the broken chair?
All right.
It's a
It's a
pretty
top
good
I would
3
disagree.
Batman
all right.
movie.
All right. Let's reel it in.
Top 2, even top
Let's-
1.
I don't
Put
know.
that down.
It's been there since your
Okay.
last episode.
It's been there since before our first episode.
All right. Welcome back, and this is our second episode or second story of this
Yeah.
episode. My
Bit of a-
bad.
bit of a
All
switch
right.
up.
Yeah. So I'm here with Ashlynne
Hello again.
and Aris.
Hello.
All right. So I said this on the last one, but I'll inform you guys. This is like the theme of this episode is breakups.
Aw,
So this is one
we don't like
breakup,
that.
Sad face.
but this is one breakup story, and I think you guys might get a little bit of a kick out of it.
This is why we selected you two specifically for this story.
Aw, you're so sweet.
All right. AITA for breaking up with my boyfriend over the Barbie movie.
Interesting.
I've seen this before.
And I
Barb-
didn't like the ending.
Barbenheimer, yes.
Barbenheimer.
Just Barbie, though, not Oppenheimer.
Okay.
Am I, 23 female, the a-hole for breaking up with my boyfriend, 23 male, over the Barbie movie? I literally don't know what to do right now, and I feel so helpless turning to Reddit for advice/validation. But 3 days ago, my boyfriend and I went to see the Barbie movie. I got really excited as I am a huge Greta Gerwig fan, and my boyfriend liked Ryan Reynolds. It's not Ryan Reynolds, but she made a typo. It's actually Ryan Gosling.
Makes sense.
Other than him being in the movie, my boyfriend didn't know anything else about it. I, on the other hand, was aware of the feminist themes and was secretly hoping my boyfriend would get the message. Over the duration of the movie, I could tell he was getting more and more uncomfortable/upset, and I was getting really sad, both from the movie and his reaction. I knew we would end up having a conversation about it afterwards. He didn't talk to me until we got in the car. He then told me that he was really offended by the movie and said it was the kind of thing he would have watched with my girlfriends and not him. I understand where he was coming from, but I'm not going to even start explaining why I disagreed. We are having problems with his weird comments about women, the LGBTQ community, and other stuff. He would say, that's maybe it was a long time coming, but it was the straw that broke the camel's back. I was tired of having to always deal with his attitude and disrespect, and was also maybe on the girl power, so I told him it was off. The complicated part is he lived with me. He was in between serving jobs, and since he was my freaking boyfriend, I let him move in with me 6 months ago. Living with him is a whole other story. I couldn't even take it anymore and had him leave my apartment the next day. I stayed at my friend's house while he packed up his stuff. He said he understood and that he didn't want to live with me another second anyways. I assumed he had a place to go, but apparently he didn't. His brother called me a few hours ago and said he's MIA. His friends are blowing up my phone saying the same thing. I feel like this is all my fault. No one has heard from him in 24 hours. I didn't think it was weird when I came home and all the food was gone. All the batteries in our electronics drawers were gone. He took the phone charger and half the blankets. I know now he did not in fact have anywhere to go. Or a car. He'd been using mine since his engine busted last month. The worst part is we still have his location and it's saying he's 2 states away. I don't know how he got there. I can't believe this is all because of the freaking Barbie movie.
Well, that's
Wow.
that jumped from like one
Sigh.
thing to completely
Yeah.
like his state hopping.
Yeah.
That's
Ryan Reynolds, first of all. No, I'm kidding.
yeah. I mean,
It's Ryan
Ryan
Gosling.
Ryan
Oh
Reynolds.
my lord. Okay.
but-
The Green
But-
Lantern movie was bad, but he was bad.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We're keeping this going through
Sorry.
both
We
of them.
are.
Have
We
to,
are.
have
We
to.
are.
But-
He's such a beautiful man.
Okay.
He's funny.
Yeah. Yeah, he is funny.
Okay, about the story,
but about the
yes, I
story,
guess.
like, I think she's completely justified.
I think so too. I just don't understand why it took the Barbie movie for her to get to that point.
I
Agreed.
think it is strange the way that he reacted, obviously, but I also feel like if she knew the way he would react, or like the type of like mindset he had about stuff like what the Barbie movie was trying to entail,
Yeah.
I feel like it would have been smarter for her to talk to him about it or explain somewhat of the details about that,
Yeah.
because I feel like this reaction is obviously blown out of proportion with him moving states and stuff. And, like,
Yeah.
I feel like his reaction was a little justified with the fact that he didn't know what to expect, obviously.
Ash.
I think that she had plenty of reasons to break up with him
Yeah.
prior to the
Yeah.
Barbie movie, and that this is just, I don't think she can blame the Barbie movie
Yeah.
on their issues
Mhm.
or their breakup.
Yeah.
I also think that it is unlikely that this guy has a job if he can just move states.
It said that he was between different
jobs.
different
Oh,
jobs
it did?
in the story, yeah.
Oh, I see. Well,
But I feel like the Barbie movie was almost like the catalyst, and just like imagine just a giant boulder over a cliff and their relationship. The Barbie movie just like added just enough pressure because there was more than enough reason,
But,
like
I mean,
you said,
yeah.
to break up with him. Like if he's saying like slurs and well, it didn't say slurs, but like if he's saying stuff like that and then like hurtful comments to just like be like that.
Like if he's genuine, like I understand like dark humor and stuff. Like
Yeah.
you say
Yes.
that stuff as like a joke. Or,
Oh,
like, you
we
know
all
the
do
person.
that.
Yes, we all do that.
Obviously, and
But
I think it's like
there's
it's
a
a
point.
different point when it's
Yes.
like you're saying that because you genuinely mean that.
Like I like dark humor. I went to the Barbie movie. I watched it. It was good.
I
I didn't
loved
get
it.
offended by it.
My
Like
roommate, my roommate forced me to go see it.
I
you
loved
get
it.
Did you like it,
offended
though?
by it. That's
Eh.
a little bit rough.
Yeah,
and
but
I didn't
also
get offended by it. I just didn't like the fact that I was forced to go see it.
fair
That's
enough.
fair. That's
fair
fair.
enough. See,
That's fair.
I would think that like, as because she mentioned he's like an anti-feminist. Why like, and this you could probably like put some input on this. Why as a woman are you dating someone who's anti-feminist?
I think
If you have
that you probably should not.
Yeah, because if she has
I feel
feminist
like-
beliefs, why are you dating someone that has polar opposite morals as you?
It could also just be like I'm not trying to like put blame on her, but like one, she could not like the guy could have been hiding it at first, and like in the first few months, or if they were together for like a year, I think it was only a few months. I don't remember if they said just a few months. Then that's understandable why she got with him. But then she also might be coming from a place where she just like kind of like with daddy issues. She just wants attention. I'm sorry, like I don't want to just bring
Great
Great
song,
song,
by the way.
Oh, dude.
Nice
from,
call. The
call back
first-
from first
The
episode.
callback
Is that
from the
loud,
first
Max?
episode.
Daddy's issues from,
It's okay.
The neighbor-
Yeah,
the
the
neighbor-
neighborhood.
Sweater
Go
weather.
ahead.
I was like, that's
Go
another
ahead and
song
cry,
obviously you
let it
connect
go.
to. It's such a good song.
But
Such a good
like
song.
It's a vibe
with
song.
that, she might just like be craving attention from another person,
I feel like
and she might not have that from anybody else, so she's getting that from her boyfriend.
I feel like when it comes to like obviously what you said before with like as a woman, why are you dating someone that is against feminism or whatever?
Especially
I
she
feel
has-
like also with like the way some feminism is portrayed in like just media in general and stuff, it is difficult to like understand what true feminism is compared to like what is just being pushed like right in
like
front
the
of your face.
radical.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
valid point because, like, I know a lot of women don't agree with everything feminism portrays, and that's
Exactly,
valid. You don't
yeah.
have to agree with everything a movement portrays, but like, if he's deliberately if you are pro-feminism and he's anti-feminism, why are you even
Yeah,
together? Is
you
my
might-
thing.
Yeah,
Why did it take a movie for you to like click
realize that. Yeah.
All right, update.
that? Oh boy.
We have an update on this
Ooh, I didn't
story.
really expect that.
Hi everyone. I know everyone says this, but I really didn't expect this to blow up. I'm a little embarrassed, but in the light of everything, I've learned over the past 24 hours I'm once again oversharing on Reddit. Before everything else, I wrote that post in a frenzy and of panic and guilt. With a clearer head, I can recognize that yes, we broke up because we were incompatible and I was at my limit, not because of a movie. Some
Period.
people were saying I maybe needed the Barbie movie more than he did since I was clearly dating a bigot. And to that I agree. I was convinced I loved him, but I think I just didn't really understand my value / feeling deserved for somebody better. I've learned my lesson, and as a WOC,
Women of color.
women of color, there we go, thank
That
you.
makes it worse.
That makes it even worse. Yeah.
Will never let myself be treated like that again. My biggest regret is that my loved ones had to endure him as well. Also with like the comments that he made, being a woman of color, that makes it, like you said,
1,000
even
times
worse. Well, I've been cheated on before, but I usually find out and then we break up. Since I found out about my ex's cheating after I broke up with him, I'm not exactly torn up about it. I feel like I skipped the questioning and sadness and went straight to the over it. But since
That's so
I
Locher.
have everyone's attention, I'm just going to put him on blast right now. I can confidently say his beliefs were the worst part about him, and I'm extremely surprised that he didn't respect. And I'm not extremely surprised that he didn't respect me enough to be loyal. But the way I found out was actually kind of funny. His brother had been keeping me semi-updated on the missing Ken situation, but I hadn't really been asking any questions other than how he and his family were doing. They were not mad at me, as they were aware of the situation. His brother even thanked me for taking care of him for as long as I did. He texted me this morning around 9 saying we don't need to worry anymore because he's at their cousin's house in Colorado Springs. Then, around 12 in the afternoon, I got multiple calls from a friend of his saying that he heard from my ex. This friend sucks so much. I'm not even gonna get into it. I supremely regret giving him my number. He was obviously under the influence of some sort, not to judge, but literally 12 p.m. And he's telling me stuff like he is literally so much happier now that you let him go, and that he just felt bad for you, and that I was charity work. And then he
That's
said
crazy.
That's
now he can be with his main for real. His name, getting some real right now. Literally pause. I asked him to clarify, and he said he gave me that laughing guy thing they do when they said something they weren't supposed to. Then he said F me and hung up. The potentially craziest part that's been getting to me is that he's definitely at his cousin's house. His brother confirmed. I think I'm going crazy because I've seen his cousin on his Insta feed because she's literally stunning. He said that he's his
Cousin fucker.
He said she's his second cousin-in-law. I don't know how they're related. If this is real, I can't even comprehend what this means. Maybe it's not real. I don't know, but I think it's the perfect ending to this story. I'm not going to update anymore after this because I feel I'm already going to regret this update. But final notes. He must have taken all of his stuff from the house out of spite. I found out he took the batteries from the remote and my hairdryer too.
What the
I don't know how to get to this cousin's house. I didn't ask. Or what happened to my Dyson Airwrap. But maybe his cousin/girlfriend is using it now. In the spirit of Barbie, she can have it, I guess. And yes, I know I said Ryan Reynolds and it was Ryan Gosling. Like that one comment said facial blindness is real. That's all. So,
cousin is insane.
That's insane.
There were like 800 plot twists in
Yeah,
that.
that was. See, this is why we wanted
Couldn't
you guys.
keep up.
yeah. Just this story in general is insane. And the
Yes.
first time I read it, I was in my bedroom. I was like, oh. Like the
kidding?
plot twist were like, excuse me, what?
It just kept going and
Yeah.
going and going. So thing, Sweet Home
Alabama.
Alabama.
That is wild.
even though they're in Colorado. It happens. No,
Does
I'm
it?
kidding. It can happen in
He's
other
getting
places,
some
but
real, you know.
he's getting some
getting-
real.
Maybe a
yeah.
little too real for being honest.
Yeah.
It's like it was made from the same thing.
Oh my God.
did-
Shut up.
No. Okay, that's enough of that. Okay, so she is not the a-hole.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Like there wasn't an actual like verdict on Reddit because I don't think it was posted on the actual AITA subreddit where like they can give those badges.
Yeah.
But most people in the comments were saying not the a-hole, especially after they heard like once you read the title,
The
like immediately
It is.
that's an update. That was an update. That wasn't in the first story.
Fair enough.
But like I said these to my roommate, like I just read the titles to him and he immediately said that girl was the a-hole just after hearing the title. And I was like, hold up. This guy, from what I've read already, he said some like sexist things and he's like, oh, okay. So yeah,
and
that's fair.
homophobic things.
Yes.
Yeah,
and
sexist-
racist things.
Yeah, like just group those into
Group
one.
those into one.
One giant ball of bad and that's that guy.
Hate.
Yes.
Yeah, he's
Alright.
just a hate-filled
Hate
monster.
Yeah, people like that are never gonna get anywhere
Yeah.
in life. But
With their cousin though, possibly.
Oh
shut
my
up.
gosh.
Okay.
It is
All
a
right.
possibility.
So, for time's sake, we will have
Thank
to.
you guys. Thank you guys for
Thank
being on
you.
and
Yes.
hearing this
100%.
stupid story.
Yeah.
It was a good one.
Yes,
This
thank-
story is
Yeah.
crazy.
Yes.
Yeah.
It will
Thank
not
you.
keep me up at night. That's for sure.
Let's hope
Can-
not.
Can you pull Jay and Zach for us?
Yeah.
Right. Welcome back to the third story of the 5th episode. And right now with us we have Jay
Hey.
and Zach
How's it going?
back again.
I don't like the way you breathe into the mic.
Guess
Yeah.
who's back?
Yes.
Back,
Back again.
Back at it again.
Shady's back.
Tell a friend.
All right. So the theme of this that's been through these so far is breakups.
Let's go. Let's go.
Well, that's what's changed.
What's
Let's go.
All right. So this one, it has not a plot twist, but I'll tell you something, a little bit of extra information at the end of this. AITA for making fun of my girlfriend for writing fan fiction and claiming it's not actual writing. My girlfriend, Abby, 31 female, and I, 33 male, had been together for a few months, and this Easter I was going to introduce her to my family. We haven't moved in together yet. Abby is quite smart. She has a PhD and works in her field. I only have a BA, so you can imagine my surprise when a smart woman wanted to date me. A hot and smart woman wanted to date me.
Crying.
Anyway, I digress. Abby's passion is writing, although she's never allowed me to read anything she wrote. She dreams of writing a book and says she's practicing and trying to draft things. One day, I was staying over and fell asleep. She went to her office to write. When I woke up, I peered over her shoulder where she was writing and saw that the name sounded familiar. I asked her about it, and sure enough, she admitted to writing fan fiction. Apparently, she already wrote a 100K fan fiction, 100,000 word. And this is the third one she's working on. She says it's writing practice and she loves it. I told her it's cringy, and if she was serious about her book, she'd write it because she's pretty much already wrote 2 books. If only they weren't fan fiction. She got silent and told me to leave her alone. When I introduced her to my family, I mentioned that she has a PhD. My brother and sister got impressed and asked her about it. Abby tried to tell them, but I interjected and told them to not be impressed because she wastes her time writing silly fan fiction, so I don't know how she even got her doctorate. It was meant to be a joke, but Abby was angry. She called me an a-hole. She wouldn't talk to me for the rest of the day and asked me to drive her home. I tried to come in, but she told me she wanted to be alone and write her fan fiction. I told her she was childish, but left anyway. I hadn't heard back from her since, and I told my sister, and my sister agreed with Abby. I tried to call Abby, but she texted me back with a-hole and nothing else. My sister thinks I owe Abby an apology, but I don't think I did anything wrong yet. Abby is annoyed. Was I the a-hole here?
Yes. Bro, no, that's rude.
How do you think?
That's
okay.
so mean.
It is.
Have you read fanfic?
Yeah.
I mean, no, it's not good. Don't get me wrong. I don't like fan fiction, but I would never make fun of someone for writing it.
You don't have to.
'Cause I read
I have a
it.
story, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh gosh.
So when I was in high school, there was this kid that was a freshman, and he was pretty quiet. We didn't know what his deal was. And then one random day, guys, look at this literature I wrote. That's how he worked.
Literature.
That's how he wrote it. Or said it, actually. And people started reading, like, this is about, like, the middle school principal.
Oh.
Like,
Okay,
this
so-
kid, and we didn't mean to bully him, but, like, that needed to stop. We can't have that in high school.
Hot
Okay.
take. Some people need to be bullied. Hot take. Some
Okay.
people need to be bullied.
Okay.
Well, maybe we don't say that.
Besides that, this makes a little bit more sense because it's about the middle school teacher. We don't know what specifically she is writing about. It could just be, yes, and I know there's some terrible fan fiction, and I've seen people read some terrible fan
That's
fiction.
one way to describe it.
But there 50 Shades of Grey started off as a
No.
Twilight fan fiction.
Yeah.
Did you get
Yeah.
and that has sold millions of copies and made that writer millions of dollars. It's turned into movies. Don't recommend watching them, but it's turned into a lot of money. So fan fiction can be it can be profitable, and it doesn't have to be weird.
See, that's a good
That
point.
is true.
Because aren't the after movies based off of Wattpad stories?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
wasn't
thought.
for sure about that.
Yeah,
but
no, they were
cool.
they were first Wattpad stories, and then someone found them and was like, "Can we
Turn
turn
them
this into a movie?"
Yeah, like movies, plural.
Yeah.
I seen like there's
I
4
think
out.
there's 3 or 4.
There's 4 out. I seen 2 of them.
The after movies?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's 4 out now. But it's the same way that I think maybe hold on, no, I'm wrong. I'm
What?
wrong. There was a lot of movies that started out as Wattpad books, and I thought The Summer I Turned Pretty was one of them, but it's not.
Oh, okay.
But still,
But
Good series though.
I believe that he was in the wrong.
I think he was in the wrong too. Like,
Okay. For your first reaction was made me think that you weren't. but-
Yeah.
no, see, I was going to say no, but then like that whole perspective like changed. Like discussing
Good.
made me change. So, like it opened my eyes.
I know I'm 3 against 1 here, but like, just put yourself in his shoes, okay? You hold just a second. So you're a guy, you're with this girl, you like this girl. The problem is every time that there's something that you say that annoys her, her coping mechanism is fantasize about somebody else.
That's
fair.
Fair.
That would make
But-
that would make me uncomfortable, even
but-
if I were her and there was the roles were reversed.
Yeah, but okay. Here's my rebuttal to that. I feel like we're debating now. This is her personal thing,
Yeah.
and she she has an outlet, and like that outlet might be fantasizing over like a different character, but like people need their outlets. I'm not saying this outlet is like a correct thing for all people, but it could be hers, and that could be correct for this person.
Yes.
What if you're
Why are we? That is not good.
That is not a good
So
outlet.
if you can't hear,
Not
Max
everyone.
asked if the outlet is.
Okay.
That's not a good outlet
It's
to
a
have,
bad outlet.
and I
I'm-
understand that, but she's not writing these fan fictions. She is simply just putting their names into different stories.
There's definitely worse she could be doing.
There's definitely a lot.
And I
like,
think
it's a
I think it's from a
strange-
perspective of like, she's not really doing anything wrong,
Yeah.
and like she's not
Unless she would
Like-
unless she would publish these using those same names,
right.
it could be a little bit of copyright, but that's the only possible thing that she could be doing
Right.
wrong.
Yeah.
The verdict on that was a-hole, and I personally
I
agree with that.
agree.
I also agree.
And especially when it comes to
Okay.
the point of like, I'm so sorry, not being
Fine,
like,
go ahead.
not wanting your family to know. Like, I actually just went through this situation with one of my friends. Not that situation, but it was something else. Where like she was talking to this guy, and the guy like wanted to introduce her to his parents, but like there were certain parts of who she is
Yeah.
that he didn't want like out to his parents. And at that point, it's like, why are you trying to
are
hide
you
who I
trying-
am
yeah.
from your
Yeah.
family?
yeah.
Like that's just as wrong.
Also, I feel like what propelled him to get the a-hole rating also was degrading her in front of his family.
That is a
That's
bad. I would
so
agree with
wrong.
that one. That
That's-
one wasn't good.
because
That's not good.
he was like they got really excited. She's like, "Oh, you have a PhD, you have a doctorate," and he's like, "Well, she's not actually that smart because she writes fan fictions." He
Not-
turned into a fan fiction character doing
It's-
that.
yeah.
That is
It's like he
true.
pushed up his anime glasses and was like, actually.
Well, actually.
That actually sounds so now. The more I think about, he sounds like he's insecure about something.
Yeah.
sounds
Maybe
like-
he doesn't even have a job.
Maybe he wants to be in the fan fictions, but she's not gonna write about him.
Ooh.
Mm.
I don't even want to go there. That's gross.
Yeah, that's
but
good. Yeah, okay, but that's, but
I'm
that-
just saying. It just sounds like some pretty inferior little man syndrome going
Some
on.
beta
a little
male
bit.
stuff.
So did you change your?
I wouldn't say I did a full 360. I think the fanfic thing that just puts me off in general.
That's fair.
I wouldn't. If I were him, I wouldn't have even dated her. And like they should obviously.
he
be
doesn't
together.
change his viewpoint.
But what he did wrong.
Wouldn't that
He-
be a 180?
No, he's 360 means he doesn't change his viewpoint.
He said
Did I
I
say
said he
360?
said
Oh,
he
oh,
said I don't think I would have done a full 360. That means
Oh.
he's gone in two circles.
Well,
No,
guys,
a 360 is one.
360? No, 180.
180 is
is
half.
180 is half.
Oh I'm stupid. Oh no, I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
It's
You know
okay.
what?
Don't worry. A lot worse
Math
has
is
been
hard.
said today. A lot worse
okay.
has been said today.
Let's continue.
either way, my viewpoint is he's a jerk. That she's weird, and they should be together.
All right.
They're uncompatible.
They're uncompatible.
Yeah, they definitely
I
shouldn't be
agree with that,
together.
yeah.
Alright, alright.
But the one little tidbit of information, there's a subreddit called "Am I the Ex?" And it's kind of about like people who write these stories and they don't realize they've been broken up yet. This was reposted on that because if you just get a text back from your girlfriend that says "a-hole," you guys are pretty much broken up.
Y'all done.
Yeah. So that might be a future episode. Just get all my stories from "Am I the Ex?"
Am I
But
the
we'll have to
Ex?
wait till
But
season 2 for that one.
in the meantime, yes.
Thank you guys.
Thank you guys. Can you please grab everybody because we need to make a special announcement.
Oh, all of us are coming.
Yes.
in here.
Yes.
This is
Hey guys, I know this isn't our normal segment, but we have all the people from these past episodes, and this would be the last episode of season 1, technically. And yeah, we have
something
an
to-
announcement.
So our announcement is actually that we are doing a second season coming to you in the spring. Another series of episodes with crazy red stories, hopefully featuring everybody
Woo!
except one, and that is me.
Yep.
I
didn't all know this. He's dropping out.
I'm not
Oh, I
dropping
didn't.
out.
Oh.
I'm not dropping out. I am set to graduate from Kirkwood in the spring, and I was originally going to go back home to my home state of Florida for university in the fall, but due to personal reasons, I had to expedite that, which means I will no longer be a in-person student. I will be an online student, which means I won't be able to take part in KSP or the Reddit podcast, which
Sad.
means that I won't be here. This will be my final appearance. I'm grateful for it, and I'm glad that we could do all this and have everybody here. I'm thankful y'all agreed to being here, and I just wanted all of you guys to hear this.
We were forced. Yeah.
No, you weren't.
Shut up.
Stop.
But thank you guys for enjoying this first season of KSP Presents Reddit Reactions. And you guys will see Jacob will be there for the second
Yep.
season.
I'll continue to be here for next season, and Hope that we have all these people back on and maybe some more people.
All right.
See you later.
Stay
Signing off.
Stay classy.
Stay
Cedar
classy,
Rapids.
Cedar Rapids.